What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video here on Kraken Gaming, and we're back with a video we haven't done in quite a while. Now, you may remember back in the day on the channel, I used to ask you guys, what game would you like me to play? It's safe to say that I didn't really let you guys have an opinion. If you go back and look at some of those videos, you'll see that I basically say, you know, would you like me to play this game? And then I'll basically say if I'm going to play it or not. So I thought I'd do something similar to that, except now I'm going to do it properly. I'm just going to rate every game I own. We've got the PlayStation, the Wii U, and the Xbox. So we'll just get straight into it. We'll start with the PlayStation. Now this first game here, Driver. The disc, not the disc, the cover here. And you can see, you know, it looks okay. The game itself though, that's where it gets interesting. The official PlayStation magazine gives it a 9 out of 10, and I'd have to agree with that. It's pretty good, particularly for a game that came out a while ago, 1998. Would you believe? That's a while ago, and the graphics, you know, they're pretty rubbish, but it's a good game. It's an enjoyable game. I enjoy playing it whenever I do play it. I don't play it much, but it's pretty good. Now, Colin Mcrae rally. Now, I've said before that the cover of this is quite misleading. It looks like a really wonderful game, but truth be told, that's just a picture of an actual car. That's not even the game itself. But yeah, the graphics, they're pretty nothing. The most realistic handling yet, they said. I would have to disagree. Even with the feedback controller, like that was a revolutionary thing for the PlayStation 2, and it's still. And sure, it's licensed by Colin Mcrae, but it's really not that good of a game. 5 out of 10, you'd have to say, probably. Yeah. Destruction Derby Raw. I've actually done a video on this on the channel before, as I've done with the other two games we've looked at so far. And, yeah, it's... Well, I guess for what it is, which is just a Destruction Derby game, where you race at other cars, try to destroy them as good as you can. That's really all you can ask for, but you know, it's a pretty lame game, really. Like it's not anything special. Gran Turismo 2. Now, this is actually one of the last games to come in this sort of CD style thing, and it's mainly because that they started to treat games a bit better. No, I don't know. I have no idea why they did that, but it's interesting. It comes with 2 games. One is the Gran Turismo mode game, and the other is the arcade game. Now that could be the other way around, but yeah, that's an interesting feature that has the 2 discs. But yeah, no, it's a pretty good game. I remember always trying to get like the muscle cars, because I liked muscle cars when I was about 8, which was about the last time I played this game. So that's pretty. It's got some good memories, but you know, particularly in the Gran Turismo mode, it's hard to get the money to. Actually, it's probably not now because I was a bad driver then, and now I'm a good driver. So, yeah. Okay. Gran Turismo 3. Now, this game here, I actually play this. I've played this quite recently. I think actually I played this yesterday, just for something different. Yeah, but the graphics, you know, they're okay. Car sounds are pretty average. But, you know, when you look at the back here, and just, sorry about that, but, you know, you look at all this sort of stuff here, and, well, it's not really anything like the game at all. But no, the arcade mode is pretty good on this game, and I would consider playing this again in the near future. Yeah, V8 Supercars 2. Truth be told, I've never played this. I never probably will play this. You know, it looks okay, the graphics, sure, for a game from, well, it's from a while ago, put it that way, 2004. Apparently it's the holy grail of car racing, but, you know, it's okay. Never played it, so I can't really have an opinion on it, which is kind of the point of the video. Knight Rider 2, a similar thing there. I've played it only not very much, but, you know, it's basically about Knight Rider, and if you don't know what Knight Rider is, you need to get help, basically, because it's a classic TV show. really one of the best going around, and yeah, that's it's okay. The first game was better. It was sort of more realistic, I guess, which is right here actually. Here is the first game. Yes, so this game, you basically just, I haven't played that game in years, so I have no idea. It's been a while, and it was an okay game, I think. I could be wrong. Now, Wrc Two Extreme. This was one of my all-time favourite games to play. And the reason for that is that I just like trying to get in any car, particularly like the Peugeot 206. Bit of a more hatchback structure compared to all the other cars in the game. But basically with that, what I did was I think I rolled the cars off the cliffs. I wanted to see how badly you could damage a car in the game and keep driving it. And I did that, but I probably shouldn't have done that. Like, that's a bit weird. And it was $99 this game. $99! But yeah, yeah. By the way, if you haven't seen any of my older videos, that reference will mean nothing to you. So go watch those, by the way. Link probably in the description below. Go subscribe. V8 Supercars 3. I don't know why I mummed that up, but basically it's the third and final installment in the V8 Supercars franchise, up until quite recently, I think. I've played this, and similar story, try and wreck the car as much as possible, except if you do wreck it too much, your wheels fall off and it just says you can't continue racing. So that's fun. Oh, here we go. SingStar Party Hits. Now, it's got just party hits on it. So it's got I'm Still Standing, please don't copyright me. There's actually not many songs I know on here. It's sort of that, mainly the early 2000s, just weird songs, and there's a few, older ones, such as the Elton John number. SingStar Pop, that probably will be a bit older, maybe not. In Excess, Robbie Williams, but that's not really that old. Okay, so there's a few older ones on there. I'd appreciate that a bit more, but I'm not about to go play that anytime soon. Impossible Mission, well, the fact of the matter is it's still got the pre-open stuff on it. So we've never actually played it. Sorry, it's Impossible Mission, not Mission Impossible. I don't know actually what I said there, so we'll just quickly go through this. We've got SingStar 90s and SingStar 80s. So SingStar 80s, that'd actually be okay, I'd imagine. Be a bit more exciting. I actually know the songs, and probably the same with the 90s, maybe. Yeah, well, considering that some of the songs in there are from the 80s, but that's okay. That's fine. So that's alright. And now we have the Wii. I've played the Wii a lot, so I probably have a good opinion on all these games. So starting off with the all-time favourite, Wii Sports Resort. Now, if you don't know this already, which you probably would know this, but you might not, Wii Sports Resort is the greatest game ever made on the Wii. And you might say, well, what about Mario Kart, the other Wii Sports? But this game, there's just so many more options in the entire game, and yeah, I can't fault it. I can't fault any of the different sports, and the only thing I wish this game had was I wish it was on something like the Xbox, but still with a Wii controller, so you can get the achievements and just track your progress. That's the big problem with the Wii and the Wii U. The Wii U tracks it to an extent, but the PlayStation as well. It doesn't track how long you've played the games for, and also little milestones and advancements within the game. Wii Sports, Wii Sports is pretty good too. It's a lot more basic. The bowling is probably better on this game than the other game. You can get higher scores, but that could just be, I don't know, it could just be a bias. But the baseball's good. And the boxing as well. It's a shame they got rid of that in the Wii Sports Resort. But, you can't really fault a game like this. Like, it's a fun game, great for parties, and unless you throw your controller through the TV, you can't fault it. A game you can fault, however, is Wii Play. Now, Wii Play, well, the purpose of this game is purely for you to learn how to use the Wii remote. I don't know about you, but that is not an exciting game. Like, sure, you can play pool. That's probably the one game that's actually good on this. There's ice hockey, there's table tennis, there's duck shooting. They probably wouldn't be allowed to even release this game now. Fishing as well, balloon popping, and tanks. Well, I don't even know why you want to play that game, really. It's a weird game. Now, Super Mario Bros. Wii. Now, it's a shame that I'm not good at this game because there's a lot of good stuff in it, but I can safely say that, yeah, I'm not good at it. Oh, to be fair, I've never really tried to play it properly because the last time I played it was probably when I was about 10 or 11, so it's going back a while now. And yeah, no, I probably would enjoy it if I even took the time to play it, but I don't, so that's unlucky. Mario Kart Wii, wow, well, gee, the stories I could tell you about this game. Probably, it was the best. Yeah, no, it's just amazing. And I love how I didn't read the fine text back in the day, and I was so excited, particularly when I saw you can choose your own me as a racer. And that was like the best thing possible for me. But then I see now it says the feature is not available at the start of the game, which would explain why I couldn't pick it. But I actually am in the top 10 for one of the races, I think Moo Meadows. So that's pretty exciting. Now, Indiana Jones. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I was going to say I didn't like this game very much, but I remember actually enjoying it quite a lot, particularly making my own character, which the same can be said for a lot of games. Making your own character and having your own personalised touch to the game really does add to it. And yeah, half marked price, and I've said this before, there is no marked price, so it's half free. I don't even know what that means. Just Dance 2015. I'm not even going to talk about this, I don't like it. Now, I've saved the best for the last of the Wii's here. Star Wars The Complete Saga. This is arguably the greatest game ever made for any console. Well, you've all probably played it before. It's just... oh, gee. The memories I can say about that game, that's just amazing. And I'd love to go back and try and finish it. Like, just fully complete every single aspect possible for it. But I don't know if it's possible. Like, it probably is possible, but imagine how long it would take as well. Anyway, that's all. Alright, we're up to the Wii U now. And I got the Wii U about 2017, 2018-ish, maybe 2016. Actually, 2016. What am I saying? November 2016, about then. And first of all, you can't go wrong with Mario Kart 8. Now, this is, well, it's the best game on the Wii U that I have. And I've played this till the cows come home, really. Yeah. No, it's a great game. And I can't say any faults about it. It's just a great game, you know? And Splatoon, well... I know I completed the campaign in Splatoon. I remember doing that. And I remember doing the... No, I didn't do the sequel. No, I didn't do the sequel at all. But I remember it was a pretty good game in the online mode as well. That's a really fun part of the game. And, you know, it's a shame that it's probably a dead game now. But, you know, if it wasn't a dead game, I'd probably still play it. Yeah. Wii Fit U, well, it's basically just a fitness game. And... you know, you can test your fitness and all that stuff, and it's really funny when you go into the game after like 2 years and you've grown 15 centimetres and you stand on the thing, and you know, obviously your weight's gone up as well, and your character just goes from being like whatever it was to that, and you've just got to, you know, fix the height, but it's stressful at first. Yeah,
I remember actually I played that at my birthday once. I don't know why. I think we were playing the trampoline part of it or something, and people trying to see who could jump the highest. Really weird. Anyway, Skylanders Imagination. This was actually a really good game at first, and then the shine sort of came off it. Because I guess the main thing that I loved the most was the creating of your own Skylander. That was the most exciting part to me. And that's all I really cared about on the campaign. You know, I completed that and did all that stuff, but I used my character for that. I didn't use any other characters. But yeah, no, it's yeah. I guess I'm biased because I liked the game a lot, but now I don't. A game that I didn't like very much though was Lego Dimensions. I did some videos on this, but it's kind of like, and EA didn't make this game, but they may as well have, because you've got to buy the levels, you've got to buy the characters, and why would you do that? That just seems a bit silly to me. But I guess they've got to make money somehow. And like, to start off, the game costs like $80 by itself with the portal thing and all that sort of stuff, and yet you have to go buy even more for it. I don't know, it just seems a bit off and a bit strange. Now, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I was absolutely terrible at this game. I couldn't even get past the first bit of it. So, good on me. But like, I just didn't know how you actually got past the first bit, and I kept dying. And then I recorded it. I tried to record my journey on it, and like for YouTube. And then every video I did on it got copyrighted. So, thank you, Nintendo. Quality. Yeah. I don't even know what to say about it. Now, I'm just going to quickly go through these. Just Dance 2016, 2018, 2019 are all really, really, well, it's just not the sort of game. I think they're my sisters, so I can't really comment on them really, because I haven't played them, don't like them. That's that. That's all the Wii U games. And now we're on to the Xbox games. So we've done the PlayStation, we've done the Wii, we've done the Wii U, and now we're up to the Xbox, which is pretty much the only thing I play now, really. So we're starting with Afl Evolution. Now, Afl Evolution is quite a good game. Yeah, I did enjoy playing it a lot. I don't play it now because the graphics are really bad in the commentary. Yeah, the campaign mode, I guess with the campaign is, well, it's too easy. That's the main thing with a lot of the games. It's just too easy. Like, there's no real struggle, particularly in a game about the AFL. You struggle to get drafted, you struggle with all that sort of stuff. But instead, it just puts you straight in, and you end up kicking 150 goals in your first season. Like, it just doesn't really quite make sense. AFL Evolution 2. That's a good game. Yeah, I've sort of stopped playing it now, but it's a really good game. I really, enjoy it. I enjoy the stats behind it, and playing it. But once again, the campaign is probably a bit easy, but can't do a lot about that. But it's good for coaching careers, and once again, good for the stats. Ark Survival Evolved. That was the first game I ever played on the Xbox. And it's a great game, but it was really laggy for a start. But you can't do a lot about that. And a lot of people still play it, which is interesting. But yeah, I was always not very good at the story mode, and to be fair, my very first ever YouTube series, I had some wyverns on the island, which basically you're not supposed to have. That's cheating, really. Now, Ash's Cricket, that's a pretty good game, but the campaign, once again, pretty easy. I was put into the Australian cricket team after 2 games about, and then I've got 600 in the game, 600 runs, which is, it's not quite right. What else we've got? We've got the City Skylines. The campaign, once again, a lot of the games, the campaign's just a bit not quite right. The campaign is ridiculously hard, and it's really hard to build a city from scratch because it starts in the modern times, which just isn't quite right. A city would start, back in time, whereas start making a city now would be near impossible. Like a city from scratch would be near impossible. So it makes it hard. But the creative mode's very fun, and I got to over 100,000 people in a city, and it was not good. There was a major health crisis there. The Crew 2, I've played that for about 30 minutes, and it's just like the map is nice. The whole map of the USA, that's a really nice touch. And I don't know exactly how long it takes to drive across the map, but I'd imagine it'd be quite a while. And yeah, it's not great. I don't really understand it that much because coming from Forza, it's very different. So yeah, Skyrim, well, that's probably the greatest game ever made anywhere. The campaign, well, there only is the campaign for a start, but it's just so in depth, and just the dialogue options and everything, and just the whole overall story is just so incredible, and the scenery in the game is just really nice. The Escapist 2, it's not very good. It's not great. Forza Horizon 2 though, back in its heyday, that was a really good game, and the graphics were pretty good for the time, and they're okay now. It's a bit oversaturated, the game, like in terms of the colouring, but I don't know why that is. It could have just been a development issue. And yeah, the car list is pretty good, and that's basically all there is to say about that game. And a similar thing with Forza Horizon 3, although that probably is my favourite Horizon game so far. In Australia, that's a really nice thing, all the Australian cars, and it's just a nice game. It's pretty good. It's a very nice game. Forza Horizon 4, at the start, I guess you could say I didn't enjoy it as much as Forza Horizon 3. But, it's warmed to me a bit, and, it's a shame it's nearing the end, but that's sometimes how things go, and it's a really, it's becoming a quality game, I think, and the player base is quite good too. Forza Motorsport 7, I prefer the open racer game, so the track racing game isn't as exciting, I don't think. But, if you like it, you like it. That's okay. Jurassic World Evolution, that was a really good game when it came out back in 2018. It seems like a lot longer, but it really isn't. And yeah, I remember that was a good game, but they keep adding achievements, so it says I've only done 44% of the achievements, but at one point I was at 80, and they just kept adding achievements. And a lot of DLCs involved in that, and that wasn't something I was interested in doing, so it's just a shame. Lego Worlds, the creative mode doesn't even have all the stuff in it, which is a bit weird. It's like Minecraft Lite. I don't know why that would be, but yeah, the campaign mode is a little bit confusing. Yeah, that's really that. Now Minecraft, we've got the Minecraft and the Minecraft Xbox One Edition, and yeah, that's actually it's a quality game. You can't really say anything wrong about it. I just wish I knew how to be good enough to defeat the Ender Dragon. That's really the only thing that I haven't done in the game. I've done everything else, so if you want to help me do that, that'd be good. NBA 2K21, it's a really good game. I like the campaign mode a lot, and I've put a lot of time into that and really progressed quite well, and I hope that in the unlikely event that I ever play NBA 2K22, I hope it's a bit better, but from what I've seen, it really isn't that good. Like, why would you add a timing thing for dunking? That just seems like a just added problem. Like, it's much easier, like in this game, just to hold X and just do it. And I prefer this game based on that. But yeah, Need for Speed Payback. I was really disappointed. I thought, I remember playing Need for Speed Colin back in the day, and I thought, wow, that's such an awesome game. And driving around at night and in the city, and gotta watch out for the police and all that stuff. But instead, in this game, they've completely removed that altogether. Like, that was what made a Need for Speed game, and they just completely removed that. And I just didn't enjoy it consequently, because I was driving around and I was driving over, like, not jumping, but I was driving off bridges and weaving through traffic, and like nothing happened, and I thought, well, what is this? And then Wrc is actually a pretty fun game. It's basically just a board game and a video game, and fun to play. Got some nice achievements from that, so that was pretty nice. Rocket League, it's basically car soccer, and it was good. And now it's now owned by Epic Games, I think, which are the same people that did Fortnite. But basically, Fortnite isn't very good. Rocket League now isn't really that good either, but then again, I'm not very good at it, so hard to give an opinion. Civilization 6 or Civilization 5 was better. It's safe to say. Civilization 6 is okay. It's a bit cartoony, but it's okay. But it's interesting. I'll put it that way. The Sims 4, that's a pretty good game. It's good trying to recreate exactly who you are in real life, but it's very hard to do, obviously. It's okay. It's alright. I'll say it's okay. Battlefront 2, the campaign was pretty good story. Really captured an essence of a campaign, but the arcade was good too. But the online was very confusing for me, and not a great community. But Terraria, Terraria's there. I've barely played it here, but on the Wii U, that's a good game, and I went quite well in it. And if you want to watch my Terraria quest for the Terrorblade, that's that. So that's basically all there is in this video. If you enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, really helps me out. It's up to you though. Let's try and get to 150. And that's all for this time, and I'll see you later.